and continue to lack a voice. We commemorate the dead, the prisoners, victims of torture, victims of rape, those who await execution, those who disappeared, those who grieve, and most importantly, those who have lost hope. One by one, each member carrying the torch will appear to represent their victims.
I represent the women of Burma who have been victims of sexual violence due to the government's use of rape as an instrument of control on the country.
I represent one of the child soldiers who are trained to commit terrorism towards the people under Robert Mugabe in Zimbabwe. I represent one of the 2,500 people arrested after the 2009 election in Iran.
I represent 4 million people from Sudan who have witnessed the war and genocide committed by Omar al-Bashir.
I represent the children who shall be in school, but instead picking cotton in Uzbekistan under Islam Karimov.
I represent one of the 200,000 political prisoners tortured and held in a concentration camp in North Korea by Kim Jong-il.
I represent one of the 40,000 farmers whose land has been confiscated without compensation in China under Hu Jintao and whose lawyer was tortured.
Silent cry. Anguish torture a silent cry. My little daughter is gone. In my arms she should be, not naked and alone. The desert is cold and dry. Rape, torture, impunity. I didn't even ask for justice, but a gesture of humanity. I am a desperate mother of Ciudad Juarez, Mexico. Hereby, the crime of murder I denounce, and I accuse the Mexican state of lack of humanity.
things we've gone through.
We take another moment to represent those victims that we were unable to represent in our short time.
The winner takes it all, the loser standing small beside the victory.
Distinguished infidels, I would first and foremost like to thank the jury for this great award. And of course, my eternal gratitude goes to the Assembly of Experts, the Guardian Council, the Experienced Sea Council, the Revolutionary Guard, all the generals, and of course, my very own President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Little Moody I call him, without whom this would not have been possible. It is a great dishonor to win this prestigious award among a field of truly impressive candidates and exceptionally dedicated despots. I hope none of them are disheartened, but rather are motivated to redouble their tyrannical efforts in the coming year. Just try a little harder, boys. Remember, yes, you can. I myself know very little about the disappointment of defeat. You see, I have become quite accustomed to winning elections with very comfortable margins. And I understand this was also a landslide. Not surprising. I have always been loved by the students. And I love them right back. In fact, I am so fond of the students that I always keep a rather sizable collection of them nearby at the Evin prison. I assure you, this prize will receive a prominent place in my trophy room, and it is filling up quite quickly in there. Why, just recently I acquired the 2003 Nobel Peace Prize. Thank you, Norway! As you may well know, I am not just your average supreme leader. I am also a man of letters, an accomplished scholar of Persian poetry. And in an occasion such as this, where I am moved beyond mere colloquialisms, I have prepared a small poem for you all, entitled Tomigi Mangigam, or USA, I say, by Ayatollah and Supreme Poet Sayyid Ali Khamenei, copyright 2009. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say potato, I say potato. You say democracy, I say theocracy. You say freedom, I say freedom. You say hope, I say no. You say equality, I say he quality and she quality. You say freedom of speech, I say freedom to preach, to teach what I beseech. You say freedom of expression, I say freedom of oppression. You say freedom of the press, I say freedom to pressure the press. You say free elections, I say free elections, rejection and selection. My selection. You say power to the people, I say power to the correct people. I say power to the politically loyal, the ideologically sound, the spiritually pure people. You see greens, I hear screams. You say potato, I say mashed potatoes. You say tomato, I say cooked, chopped, crushed tomatoes. Thank you. As a courtesy to my swine-eating infidel host, I have a surprise. I have engaged a local rapist, no, a rap artist, to interpret my people's sentiments and gratitude in local rhythm and rhyme cadences. I present to you Mr. Nils Witski.
På vegne av øverste leder, takk Norge. Jeg mottar prisen som et nikk til alle eneveldige prester. En håndstrekning i kampen mot reformvennlige krefter. Men også spark til de av mine kolleger som mangler kuster, som bruker mindre på undertrykking og mer på et liv i luksus. Jeg jobber hardt, føler at jeg skriver fattbar med begge hender. Det hadde vært umulig uten støtte fra familie og venner. Takket være dem kan jeg pusle med mitt år etter år, finne nye måter å gi folk litt trangere kår. Jeg utvikler meg hele tida, men holder fast ved grunnsteiner for filosofien, kontinuitet for ledersida. Det krever en dedikasjon som nærmer seg desperasjon, og så er strikt fokus på kosthold og restitusjon. Det gjør meg i stand til å ta ansvar når neste ledere slapper av. Husk at ingen tiltak mot karbonutslipp kan matche massedrap. Jeg tror jeg skal gi meg nå. Begynner å føle meg ganske ør. Aldri vinne en avstemning med så reell konkurranse før. Takk, Norge.